We got some breaking news here, folks. I wanted to come on here and talk about this. This happened a few hours ago. So, you guys know that I've been saying on recent podcasts about, the Steelers looking to, that they've kind of been in the market a little bit. They brought in Emily Cooker. They've been in the edge market looking at some guys. I mentioned on today's show a few hours ago that Melvin Ingram was in Pittsburgh for a visit. And, well, that's the breaking news, folks. Melvin Ingram officially inked a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers just a couple hours ago. And I wanted to come on here for a brief video and just kind of quickly talk about this. Now, this is a great move for the Steelers. Like I said, I've been saying that Melvin Ingram was a guy that maybe the Steelers could look at. A lot of people were saying that as well, that, if they are going to look at some edge help, that he's one of the guys that they could look at. And this is a great signing for them because behind TJ and Alex Highsmith, the Steelers don't really have anybody back there that, if there was an injury or, you wanted to, one of the guys just needed some relief, you're not going to put a Cassius Marsh in there. Quincy Roach, who they got in the draft this year, I believe in the 6th round. There's some upside with him, but that's the thing. He's a question mark, right? He might need some time. And it was a very thin behind them. So this might have been their thinnest position on the roster in terms of depth. And they went out and they did that today. And they brought a guy like Melvin Ingram in, who's a Pro Bowl guy, was a solidified linebacker, edge guy on the Chargers for a really long time. He's 32. I don't necessarily view that as old in regards of a pass rusher. I think there's a lot of pass rushers in the league and that we've seen in the past that have produced, fairly well, 32, 33, 34, 35. And, it's a one-year contract. They didn't come out with the numbers yet. The numbers, it's probably going to be between $2-3 million. But with bringing him in, now he's not going to be the every down guy. Alex Highsmith's the next guy up, right? But bringing in Ingram, it's been reported by some guys in the Pittsburgh media, probably around 20, 25 snaps a game is probably what Ingram's probably going to look at mostly, overall. And, he's going to kind of be that swing outside linebacker for them. You know what I mean? Like to come in on certain downs, to relieve TJ or Alex Highsmith, you know what I mean? Or based on whatever, whatever package, whatever defense they might be running in a certain situation, they'll plug him in. He's going to get good playing time, but he wasn't signed to be a starter, and he's not going to be. Nor should he be for this team, because it's Alex Highsmith's time. But Melvin Ingram, even if Melvin Ingram was a starter, I still would like, it'd still be okay, I think. But with where they're at, they needed that third guy, and that third guy who, is going to come in and, he's going to be able to get a good amount of snaps. He's going to come in, he's going to relieve those guys if there's some kind of injury, etc., things like that. You have that option of Melvin Ingram, who's a proven veteran guy, who's been a very successful edge guy. And, he's been a really good defensive player for the Chargers over the years. So that happened a couple hours ago, and, the Steelers might not be done. The Steelers, they brought him Lee Cooker, as I mentioned before, a few weeks ago. Who knows? They have the same agent, apparently, I guess, so that's always an option. But they were looking at Justin Houston. Justin Houston, he might be commanding more money. He might be looking at more of a place where he can start and get a lot of snaps, more so than Melvin Ingram. And they kind of turned their away from that. They went to Melvin Ingram. And I don't think you could go wrong with either guy. But Melvin Ingram, he's a proven guy. He's been a very good edge rusher throughout his career. And, he said a lot of things in regards to signing with the Steelers was pointing to Mike Tomlin. And what's that tell you? I mean, I've been saying since day one, there's people that want to crap on Tomlin because he's a player's coach. The thing is, Tomlin's a great coach. He's one of the best coaches in the league. He's a winner. We know that. And yes, as a Steeler fan, sure, I have things I don't like about Tomlin, but I think for the most part, I appreciate having a guy like that, because it's hard to come by when NFL teams that they can have a coach that they can have for that long and have that stability, have that success, things like that, right? But Tomlin, a lot of people want to play for him because it's not just football, right? People, especially some of these old clowns out there, football, football, football. No, yes, obviously that's their job, right? And as a coach, your goal is to win and get what you can out of your players, right? But Tomlin's also a guy, and it's just been said by so many guys that he actually cares about his players. He talks to them about life things. He talks about, he asks about how they're doing, their families. You know what I mean? He's involved in those aspects of their lives too. And I think a lot of the players appreciate that. That's why they come out and they speak so highly of Tomlin. And I think why a lot of people want to and have loved playing for him. And he was talking, Josina Anderson tweeted it out in regards of, his conversation with Tomlin and why, that was a really big reason into him coming to Pittsburgh. So, big signing for them. It's going to help out for them. It bolsters that defense. It really, helps strengthen that depth that they needed quite a bit at the edge spot. They might not be done. We'll see as training camp comes by. I think they're going to stick with their corner situation, which I think's fine. Yes, Nelson and Hilton gone, obviously, is a damper. But I think when you look at bringing back Cameron Sutton's got better by the year, and I think he can do a lot of things. They like James Pierre a lot, the young corner who got some time last year a little bit, but they like his development, and they're very confident in him being able to take it to the next step. It's also some other guys too. Shakur Brown's gotten a lot of excitement, a lot of talk out of OTAs. Justin Lane, no idea what's going on with him. There's some other guys, but who knows? They might not be done yet, but anyway, as a Steeler fan, I love this signing. It's definitely something they needed to do, and they did that. And getting a guy like Melvin Ingram, in particular, is definitely a big addition to this team, to this defense. And he's gonna, he knows his role. He's gonna take advantage of that role. He's gonna get a good, some good snaps, some good playing time as well. He's gonna be a nice help there to T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith as well. And I'm excited to see him go off between those three guys. The Steelers' front seven's great, man, and it's arguably the best in football. Cam Hayward, Stephon Tuitt. Cam Hayward's an all-pro guy. Stephon Tuitt's a very underrated defensive lineman, defensive end. He had maybe the best year of his career last year. Tyson Alualu being back is huge for that D-line. Devin Bush back healthy this year as they missed him last season. Robert Spillane, he's kind of a guy as well that filled in well for Bush. He's, was kind of a little bit of a Band-Aid, but he fit in well, I think, in regards of, filling that hole for Bush. He's not Devin Bush. He's limited with certain things, but I think he did well in that spot. Vince Williams being back was big. Bringing him back was big. And now you add Melvin Ingram to T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith. Absolutely huge for that front seven. So I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited. As I said earlier today, there's going to be a lot of things, especially as we get closer to training camp coming out, and that's what we're going to be talking about. That's what we're going to keep covering, because it's almost football season here, folks, and it's very exciting. Everybody's excited for it. I'm excited for it. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And that's what I'm saying. As we get closer and closer, there's going to be plenty more things that come out that we're going to cover. But I wanted to hop on here and talk quickly, a little briefly, about Melvin Ingram coming to Pittsburgh, what that means for the defense, what that can really bring, and the much-needed addition that they needed him at that edge spot for the team. So he's going to add a lot of different elements, man, whenever he's in there. He's good. He's good getting to the quarterback, good getting off the tackles. I'm excited to see, what he does, and he's going to get some good time in there as well. So I'm excited to see him and what he can bring defensively to this team. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. But Melvin Ingram, big signing for the Steelers. But yeah. Anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments on what you think Melvin Ingram's going to do for this team. Do you guys like the signing? Did you guys not like the signing? I think pretty much everybody did, but let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. Let me know if you think the Steelers should go out and get anybody else. Let me know if you think they're going to go out and get anybody else. Let me know what you think this does for the defense with Melvin Ingram coming in. I think that it does. I'm not sitting here saying that this is, going to get him the Super Bowl or anything like that, but this is going to be, this is just a great addition to a much voided need that they, have been in need of for, this offseason. And so they finally did that, and I don't, it's a 1-year deal. I think everybody's happy about it. Steelers are happy about it, and Ingram's going to provide a lot to this defense, I think, in regards to the role he's going to play. So I'm excited about it, and we'll see what happens. But there's going to be more we cover on here. Like I said, stay alert. Follow me on social media at Heintz Sight, Facebook, Nate_Heintz on Twitter, Nathan_Heintz on Instagram. If you want to keep up with the channel, keep up with when we're posting everything like that, because I'm probably going to be back sometime this week covering the expansion draft in the NHL. We might put, maybe something else as well, but just keep an eye out for some extra content throughout the week. We'll be back Saturday and Sunday, back to normal schedule for the podcast. And, but yeah, anyway, thank you guys for your support. If you'd like to subscribe, feel free to subscribe and keep up with everything that we're doing here. Thank you all for your support, and I'd love to just kind of keep growing this and keep reaching more and more sport fans and just have some great discussions. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we will see you later this week. All right, guys. See you then.